Hey, what's going on, everybody? Mr. Moki Moki back again, and we got episode 31. And no new opening. I know I'm gonna stop getting my hopes up, because somebody had told me last week that we might not be getting a new opening until like 50 episodes in, which is very surprising to me. And it's news to me. Um, and I'm not sure if that is true or not. But I'm just gonna not get my hopes up, and when we get a new opening, we get a new opening. So I'm gonna stop talking about new openings, and we're gonna get right into the episode. First off, my overall impression of this episode is that it was really good. Like it was a solid episode. I'm not sure if I would say it's my favorite duel, um, and I'm not sure if I would say it was like the greatest episode that we've had so far because there were some things that I'm pretty nitpicky about. And I'll get into that. And you guys can agree or disagree with it. But first off, there was a lot of good things about this episode. But I think it would be easier for me to get into what didn't really sit well with me. So I'll just do that real quick. So we know that like all of the rivals for the Yu-Gi-Oh series always have like a little bit of Kaiba in them. Um, and that's not to say that all of the protagonists have a little bit of Yugi in them, which I guess they kind of do with their like Destiny draw sort of thing. But but that's not the point. Like usually we'll have like this pompous, like stuck up rival, and for a little bit, I guess we didn't think, or at least I didn't think that I seen a lot of Kaiba in Revolver, until this episode. Um, for one, I thought Revolver was just like this guy out to do, like, well, good, quote unquote, for the world. Like he wanted to save the world. Um, and he was just going about it the wrong way, maybe. Um, and for somebody who would want to save the world, they would want somebody, he would want to share their views with that person. Um, but in this episode, Emma asks a question like, "You're saying Ignis wants to destroy the world, um, but how is that like possible? Like, why?" She was inquiring Revolver pretty much like, "What is the plan? Like, why would he destroy the world?" And then Revolver just dismisses her, saying like, "Oh, a money grubber like you wouldn't understand." Like, yeah, Emma might be a money grubber, but she's not dumb. Um, she cares more about money. Like she actually wants data. And she's probably one of the more smarter people in this series. So for me, to watch Revolver dismiss Emma like that, um, is just one, like they just wanted to force the duel to happen anyway, which is understandable. Like the duel was gonna happen, but like it felt a little bit forced. Um, because just Revolver dismissing Emma like that, it was just like, well, Emma's like not just a money grubber, like she's intelligent, like she's one of the most intelligent people in the show so far. Um, so yeah, that felt a little off to me. And yeah, that's where the Kaiba aspect of this kind of comes out. Like he just keeps calling her third rate. And I'm just like, why are you insulting her? Like, come on. Like this, like you're trying to like save the world here, and like I don't know. I kind of wish they didn't make Revolver seem like such a pompous asshole. Um, because like from what he's trying to tell us, like he's actually trying to do good for this world. He's trying to rid Ignis, which he believes is evil. Whether he's evil or not, I'm not here to say. But like for us as viewers, yes, we're supposed to view Revolver as the bad guy. Um, but I kind of want the writers to make us feel torn. Torn in between, like, wow, is Yusaku really the good guy here, or does Revolver actually have a point? Um, but at the end of the day, maybe I'm being a little too nitpicky and thinking that maybe the writers do want us to not like Revolver and his way of doing things. Um, and that's completely fine because at the end of the day, Yu-Gi-Oh is a kids show. But yeah, so maybe I'm just thinking too much about it, but you guys can disagree or agree with me there. Another thing is like that little monster thing that was chasing Yusaku. It kind of felt a little bit convenient. Did anybody else feel that? Like it was almost like, why was that thing even there in the first place? I mean, maybe we'll get answers to that in the future. Hopefully that is addressed in like the next coming episodes and stuff like that. Maybe there's going to be more beasts like that. Um, but right now, as it stands, it's almost like they introduced it just to be assimilated, which is really weird to me. So I'm not going to nitpick too much about that, but hopefully it gets dealt with. Hopefully it gets addressed, and I don't have to complain about it because I really want to like this series, and it's doing a lot of good things so far. Um, Visually, I did like this. I did like this duel. Uh, Emma did bring a lot of interesting like tactics to the table. Like she was actually pushing Revolver back a bit, or at least it would seem so, because it seems like Revolver was setting her up right from the get go, um, which I mean is is not bad in a sense, because like it doesn't really take away from Emma's intelligence, but yeah, it's like she knew she needed to stop Storm Access. It's just like Revolver had everything to counter her, which makes sense. Like I expected Revolver to win this duel, to be honest, and at least Emma put up a fight. That's that's the main important thing. Like she was not just like completely dominated in this duel. She actually was able to push against Revolver and almost like win. Um, so there was that. So it doesn't make Emma look really weak, and it doesn't make Revolver look weak either, because he actually planned this out. Um, and it seems like we get to learn about the new monster that he gets from his Storm Access. So it seems like Yusaku has the Code Talker series, while while Revolver will have the Topologic series. So which is cool. It's still weird to me that Revolver hates cybers so much, but he's relying on some cybers. Hopefully, we get more answers about that. I guess it's kind of like, to defeat evil, you have to use it, or something like that, to like fight fire with fire. I guess I don't know. That's how I'm gonna logic it out, I guess. Um, Other than that, yeah, the symbolism of the topological. I can't even remember its name now, but it looked cool as hell. Um, it's like the monsters became bullets and went into the link markers, which was really cool. Like I really hope they keep that effect for Revolver. I kind of hope that each character gets their own like little things. It would make sense if Yusaku kept the tornadoes as his symbolism for making like link summons, because it's kind of like with the wind, like the wind blows for Playmaker. He rides the wind, he seizes the wind. Um, like I mean, I guess they both have Storm Access in Revolver and Playmaker, so I guess I really can't say much. But we do get to see the Tsunami again, which we haven't seen a Tsunami since since Revolver's first duel with Playmaker. So there's obviously something there. Um, and I kind of hope that they differentiate that. Like, I hope the Tsunami stays with Revolver, as like the Tornado or the Hurricane stays with Playmaker. But maybe I'm just thinking too much about it. I'm a guy who really likes symbolism. If you're new to the channel and you're just listening to me now, that's symbolism is a big thing with me. And I think symbolism is a big thing for all Yu-Gi-Oh series. So if you enjoy that, hopefully you enjoy that. But yeah, other than that, there's I can't really complain too much about this episode. I think it was a very solid duel. Um, and now I don't think Emma's dead, if that's what people were wondering. No, I don't think they would kill off a Yu-Gi-Oh character like that. And if they do kill off somebody, it's usually way more dramatic than that. Um, but yeah, something's obviously happened to Emma. She's probably going to be rescued sooner or later. But the biggest thing that I want to talk about is the ending of this episode. And I purposely didn't discuss this during the duel. where Emma loses all of her monsters to a mysterious trap card that doesn't get named. It's just glowing in light. And first off, I was just like, what? Why is that there? Um, like, why didn't they say the name? Like, is it just supposed to be Mirror Force, and Yu-Gi-Oh is just being like, oh, old players will get that it's Mirror Force because it destroys all of the monsters, and everything will be fine. Like, everybody will think it's Mirror Force. And that's what I thought. Um, but then Yusaku comes to the duel, and Emma's just lying there, and she gives him the data, and then Emma says to him, be careful, Revolver has a powerful card. And at first, I thought that she was talking about the new topological uh, Link monster. And I was just like, well, yeah, Yusaku knows this. Um, Yusaku knows that he has a new powerful card. Like, he's seen it. He just watched you lose. But maybe she was talking about the trap. Um, because we didn't get to see a picture of it. We didn't get a name. And maybe that's what she was referring to. And if that's the case, then I don't know what we're going to expect. If that was the card that Revolver wanted to test, because he did say last episode that he wanted to test out something in his deck with Emma. So that might be it. And I think it is, because it doesn't make sense for it to be the new topological monster, because how could have Revolver predicted getting that monster? So it must be that mysterious trap. And it obviously does the same thing as Mirror Force, but it's not Mirror Force, I guess. Um, and yeah, so that might be what Emma was talking about. And one last thing before I stop talking is I really liked how Yusaku showed more emotion in this episode. He wanted to save Emma, and he's like, "I will save you." He was freaking out a little bit, and he was showing some emotion. He was reaching for Emma, and he wanted to open up the bar so much, and he wanted to duel Revolver, even though everything was collapsing all around him. That like he was putting himself in danger, and Ignis knew this. Ignis was just like, "No, we need to go. Like, what are you doing?" And Revolver was just trying to focus on opening the bar so he could duel Revolver. He became like so obsessed with his revenge. He wanted to have revenge on Revolver so badly that he didn't care what was happening around him. He was blinded, and I really enjoyed that. Now, it wasn't really addressed, but Ignis was freaking out. He was just like, "What are you doing? Like, we need to go." And Yusaku was just completely blinded by his own revenge, by his own emotion to take down Revolver. Like, he wanted to do this. He didn't care about his own well-being. He just wanted to go. But Ignis was just like, "No, like, we need to go." And he forced the log out. And honestly, I really like that scene. And I think it holds a lot of symbolism and a lot of meaning, and hopefully a lot of character development down the line, because it shows that Yusaku has flaws, and I really like that. And if we can deal with those flaws and develop Yusaku, have more emotion, I think we're in for a ride for a really good Yu-Gi-Oh series. But that's my thoughts on the episode. Tell me what you guys think. If you like the episode, make sure to like this video. And leave some comments in the comment section down below, and we can have some discussion. And if you like these videos, make sure to subscribe. So I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.